Doing.
Nobody wants to hear me. I gave you one. I just sent you the YouTube link.
Yeah. I don't want to lie. We're the newest members. Better. Let's move. You know.
Mine's muted. Oh. Now it is.
No, I'm muted. Yeah, it sounded like that was your microphone.
Brian, where are you gonna be watching the door?
I actually did more in the afternoon. So I did not schedule anything, so I could be around. I will probably do something at the office.
Because they're dropping, lake views, you use how the trajectory works.
Yeah.
So we're having, some people, people are coming to this area a lot. On the lake, so. For 3 minutes and 40.
I'm just hoping it's not overcast and cloudy. Can you imagine?
Right?
What do we really expect? Right.
What you're saying about 3 minutes? Let's say, it's 3 minutes and 40 seconds. You know that. I think it's coming out of elevation.
Total darkness of like 4 minutes.
Right.
For
my son. My youngest son, yeah. He'll be at the game with his fraternity brother from down here. Also, they'll be at the game, so. My other three, they're coming over just for food. I know that. I'm not stupid. Oh, go to your house, Mom. What are you cooking? I know. Right now.
My son, himself is right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. This republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Grant us, O Lord, one true understanding, this man investigating, foresight, and planning, sincerity in our delivery, grace to follow truth in our judgment. Help us to be moved in our decision, neither by fear nor by self-interest, and to do our work faithfully. May we respect the authority vested in us without the source of all authority, and may we use it in our direction, common good, honor and glory. Amen. Call to order, roll call, please. Mr. Joyce.
Present.
Mrs. Joyce. Mrs. Sarah.
President.
Mrs. Marlin.
Here.
Mr. Cochran.
Present.
Thank you. Okay, do we have the public comment? Do we have public comment? No.
We have a video.
Please stay for the record.
Yes. I just have three things to bring up. So I get three minutes?
No. You got a minute each. And now you're down to a minute or a minute.
Who is it that we should be reporting things that aren't correct, like garbage cans out front and stuff like that? I remember I brought up about all those videos that were
Still not taking care of.
oh, no, we're still going down.
Next to, well, never mind, I say it, then, you know, all right, got it.
This is the very last house.
Uh-huh.
On the beach road.
Mhm.
On George Park side of it. Number one. Number two, thank you for fixing that signage down there. It's perfect, but it's people who don't see where we should go. That was like one. Third thing, because there are lots of garbage cans, lots of garbage cans. I was in one spot talking to a neighbor on the phone, and right from there, I could see six garbage cans, or six houses with garbage cans out.
Somebody put something in the Village Times. Do another alert.
I don't know how we should handle that, that's what we do. We will go out like. It doesn't look like Timberlake. Plus, two houses. Down the street here. Everybody has to buy the cups. There's all those branches. You all know. I know you've driven by there, right? You know where I'm talking about. They're all in the city property, village property.
They're all bright blue. The color stands out, everything stands out.
Yeah, but all those.
We contacted the resident. That's debris from this tornado we had going through. So they were able to get it to the front yard. So basically the thing is now they said that they will definitely take care of it as soon as the yardway starts picking it up.
And you have from August until April, we have to look at that.
Well, I'm talking about just the one branch, the one that was gone there. I'm not talking about the leaves. That's another situation. No, those should be there.
I figured that would have come up. I had all that shit, stuff.
Wow.
Why does it-
We have to admonish you for your language.
No.
You. This is tame compared to me.
So you leave it back there until, I mean, I would have six garbage cans.
But we keep on using it.
What?
I looked at it. Did you have a fourth thing?
I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
Write it down. But then,
Anyone else for public comment? Okay, moving on. Reading disposition of minutes, I have a motion to approve regular council meeting minutes of February 28th, 2024. By the motion. Joyce makes a motion, by the second. Joyce second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Sarver?
I,
Mrs. Martin?
I,
Mr. Conrad?
Aye.
Mr. Johnson?
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve finance committee meetings of February 28th, please?
Make motion.
Mara makes a motion, by the second.
Okay.
Joyce seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Sarver?
Aye.
Mrs. Martin? Conrad?
Thank you. Next, I have a motion approving, safety committee meeting minutes of March 6th, 2024. Joyce makes a motion, by the second.
Make a second.
Mara seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Sarver?
Aye.
Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Mr. Conrad?
Thank you. Next, legislation, ordinance 5-2024, first reading, an ordinance amending chapter 1064.01, rental of village hall.
Can we suspend the rules on that only because, there is a few quick changes, to the, I've taken off police officers will begin a half hour to that time that's on the contract. And I would love to get the contract corrected on the website for people that are, printing them off for events. So I don't know how to suspend rereadings because that'll take us into April, May, June.
And we have a book hall, right? We
March,
have a book hall.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of events coming up.
Yeah,
It's a minor change, isn't it?
they're very minor changes.
So we can make those changes to their existing contract. I'm just saying, though, the only is we don't have a resolution right now together, so either way, we can just do it on second reading, we can prepare the resolution, make sure everyone has a copy of the changes, and then we can just suspend those again.
Okay.
The other reason why I think you want to have at least two meetings with it is this gives the opportunity for, if anyone in the village really wanted to come in and voice their opinion on it, if you only have the first time it comes before council to suspend the rules, then it puts the community at a disadvantage. So by putting it on April as a second reading, then if somebody has an objection to proposed changes, they can come to that meeting. And if no one comes and council wants to suspend the rules, then,
Okay.
by then it'll be in the Timberlake Times and.
And B is resolution 2024-6. A resolution authorizing the mayor and fiscal officer to make application to the United States Congress on behalf of the village of Timberlake for community project funding and to accept funding awarded pursuant to the application thereof. And declare an emergency. By the motion. Ryan makes a motion. Joyce seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Sarver?
Aye.
Mrs. Martin? Conrad?
Ryan, motion approving resolution 2024-6. Move to approve. Mr. Thompson makes a move. Motion.
Okay.
Mr. Conrad seconds. Discussion, please.
Yeah, give me one second. So this is, Representative Joyce, sent out the annual, call for, if they're going through the planning year, fiscal year 2025 appropriation bills. The United States Congress, there is allocations and funds that they set aside for community project funding, which allows government agencies to make direct money requests through the professional appropriations process. So that's the intent of this resolution. To had submission to storm sewers, still debating, and more detail. I can't speak, but it's one phase, two pieces, or speak for Micah, our village engineer, consultants, did a study back in circa 2009, a full, complete, comprehensive study of the sewer system. They did comparison to the dump. Values were much smaller, about $1 million a section, 4 sections, so a total of about $3.6 million. Now, $10 million. Whole village, probably put in one phase of it. Biggest portion of that is for sewers. That's the intent of the work of the finances. The phase one, back in 2006, is 475,000 at 5%. Rough calculation by $2 million. We want to submit to the whole village project. Plan $4 million back in 2006. Yes. More beautiful approaches based on straightforward. Yeah. They expect that. I look back at some of the ones that were asked for a lot of wastewater treatment and for the sewer. We did check his finance. Most of the funds that were people on phase one. That's where we start.
Thank you. No problem.
Mr. Joyce? Aye. Mrs. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Sarver?
Aye.
Mr. Martin?
Aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion, recognize, child abuse prevention month? Move. Joyce makes a motion. Karen seconds. Roll call please.
Mr. Joyce? Aye. Mrs. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Sarver? Mrs. Martin?
Aye.
Donovan?
Read that recognition. Is something you want to read?
Just want to keep it right.
Yeah.
Whole thing?
Yes, you have to read the whole, but.
Okay. Whereas all children in our community have the right to live in both a safe, secure, and supportive environment, and our schools prepare to succeed, to be able to choose healthy behaviors, both acceptable development. And whereas we, the leaders of this community, acknowledge that those rights are not always available to all children, and all of them make significant progress to increase the safety and security of our children, to renew our commitment to protecting our most valuable resource. And whereas during 2023, Lake County Children's Services responded to over 1,500 calls regarding children and their families as a result. Children's Services work with approximately 1,000 children who present with a variety of issues which could not be easily resolved. And whereas over 100 foster families, adopted families, relative, and other alternative caregivers provide a safe environment for children who are unable to be in their family home. And whereas statistics show that a great majority of children who have died from child mental treatment in the state of Ohio are under the age of 5 years old, thus never having the chance to attend kindergarten, and statistics further show that survivors of child abuse and neglect are at greater risk of problems later in life that affect we should declare April as Child Abuse Prevention Month in the Village of Timberlake, and urge the citizens of the community to join with us in involved in activities this month, and all through the year to raise awareness of child abuse, and to focus our attention on providing safe environments for children and fostering confident, positive parenting. And all were signed by our members.
Good. We on to mayor reports. Just want to say that, as far as what we're doing is we're going to be cleaning up around the villages. The service department has been going around cleaning up all the islands from Beach Island. We'll be cleaning out the catch basins also next. And then we're going to be also installing pickleball courts. We'll be doing the painting and striping as soon as weather breaks. We thought we had a little break there, but it fooled us. Then again, we're going to also be toss, we call that toss cornhole. Cornhole, that's it, the cornhole. That we're going to be putting a parcel area that we're going to also be installing, hopefully for the next spot coming up. And then there's also an installation of I think it's the tic-tac-toe that we're putting in there at the other part of London Park. So then we're going to be cleaning up that area and trying to apply for another use. Mr. Conlon, you talked about the nature experience and all that. But, we're going to try to clean that up again, and maybe touch up the mulch and like that this spring. Then maybe we get that painted, get some of those painted, some of the benches. So if we have any volunteers that would want to come out and help paint some of the swing sets and also the monkey bars and he said some of the even the benches, park benches that are around out the island that would be really helpful. So usually we have Frank Gardner. He's usually our painter that goes around before the we'd love to help. Other than that, that's all I have for me.
Thank you, Mayor. I just had one thing to remind council of, and that was on March 1st, I received a call from the Lake County Prosecutor's Office Civil Division concerning an error that was made in the ballot language for the levies for Timberlake. They had overstated the cost of the dollar amount per on the certificate of estimated property tax revenue. They had listed it 178 per 100,000. It was actually only 88. At that time, when they ran an update, there had been 5 folks that had cast a ballot. We're going to reach out to those that had cast a ballot, ask them if they wanted to come in and recast their ballot. 16 absentee ballots had been mailed out. 3 of those had already been returned. Again, they were going to reach out to those voters. They did correct it. The correct information was included on the electronic ballots as well as the follow-up absentee ballots that went out. Whether or not people pay attention to it, I don't know because it's buried in the language of the levy. I guess we'll find out in a couple hours whether it makes a difference. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that we did get that resolved as quickly as we found out about it. I immediately contacted Mr. Roskus and the mayor, and then I sent out an email that night to all of council as I had it and tried to keep you updated. Any questions about that? I don't know, but I don't think that they would have had a problem with those that haven't received their ballots yet.
I did talk to the board, they called a few times actually, and they said that they had a pretty good success rate in contacting people, and that the people they did speak to said that they did not want a junk ballot. So they said that they didn't, it felt like it would not impact their decision one way or another.
I got a call. I was one of the early ones.
Well, they contacted your vote.
Once they knew who I was.
Well, they also contacted me, and we're going to use the hall from up here at the on the time. One of the two, if need be. And I said, sure, we'd be able to be open for that, but obviously they didn't pre-contact me back, so but thank you, Mr. Overton, for handling that also.
Thanks to Lake County Prosecutor.
Good. Conrad? I'm sorry.
Let's get-
I've been notified by service department that, um, the roof on this pavilion needs to be, fixed, replaced. I think replaced is a better word. Before there's real damage to the wood, on the structure itself. And then the one that's down at the playground, is worse than this. This has lost quite a few shingles, sure from the wind and the weather. I'm gonna look up, see if there's any grants that will help us carry some of that cost, but Johnny, in the budget for the hall, 730-431-000, there's $3,500.
Right, that's for, repairs and maintenance.
So it would fall under there if we can't find a grant.
Yes, you could use that. Potentially, you could also use some of the funds from the capital fund, village hall capital funds. That would fall under that.
Well, I thought that's where we're gonna take that out.
We could.
Because again, we're gonna do repairs of roof there, also it's for the roof here, and then all the other repairs of I'll take it out of that. How much is in there?
$40,000.
Okay. And then it'll have to be repaired. The roof? Yeah, $40,000, it's not gonna go.
No, yeah, it's on these little things.
This roof here? Well, this roof here, you couldn't touch it before. No, but I'm talking about, if you did that, then you might run out of money for doing the repairs here. I think if it's repairable, I'll go to repair.
We'll see if we can. I didn't get the impression.
Yeah. Yeah. Small. Like. So, it's obviously difficult. Sure.
That's
Roofing company, but those, I mean.
Nobody.
Well, a lot of this was built on with volunteers.
Right.
Volunteers, I guess, it's something that our guys can do.
I think probably would be best served if you figure out exactly what areas you want to have repaired or replaced. Get quotes from several different contractors and then reassess how you're gonna proceed. Because you might find that, a contractor might come in here and do it below cost, not below cost, but below their normal because of being a village. So, you never know.
I'd like to look into, metal and see cost of metal versus.
Yeah, a lot. But either way, it's gonna be expensive. We have to go over having to shoot them because of the wind also.
Well,
Yeah, well, that's gonna be. So, but yeah, we can get some quotes from the contractor. I'll do that anyway. So at least we have some comparative. And then, both the buildings. So look at that, and we'll come back next week. Okay.
And then building there. Okay.
Not yet, no. I mean, this we don't really, there's only one little leak there, and actually it's not leaking anymore. So I don't know.
That gum works well.
So I mean, right now we're holding our breath. Yeah, we're good for now. We just keep the money in reserve. It's all we have to touch it. We touch a bunch of it. Yeah, so see what we can do.
There, well, that here.
I will, yeah.
There's no repair that we don't.
They stay in the out of the ordinary, sure. Even touch them. So, okay.
That's all I have.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's true. Mr. Conrad?
Thank you, Mayor. Cindy, you brought up something I was gonna bring up. Did notice on. Whatever day, it was really nice weather, it was growing up. You can see there was 3 ponies up there, little kids playing on the playground structure, good time, someone rode their bikes up. There was also some teenage kids playing wiffle ball, the tennis court, and other teenagers playing basketball. So it's getting a lot of usage. And it's pretty valuable. No flooding service. And if schedule, that's not need for paint, base, and getting white paint. Color choice of the two paint. So dark color show. I would say up on it. I have to people my side, soft areas. But there we get that. Take care of life of that. So this structure stuff. Previously, did that. With that route, get some volunteers that few other kind of neat ideas that I want to throw out there for council is we're due for some tree planting. I know I shared the First Energy, grant a program where they offer volunteers $1 which not a lot, great park for trees. It'd be real small saplings. Good option to use park with them for those on the park. Trees. Well, the deer are gonna eat it, but the deer are gonna get fed anyways. They're here, might as well let them use the beach because they're residents by now. But, so just something I was considering, or even, we had that lower level at the Lawman Playground. That used to be a ball field, but it's not in use anymore. So we leave the plant trees down there, making an orchard, walk, trail, towards
I would love to make it.
garden or another option. Yeah, if people are willing to do that, there's plenty of land there, plenty of space. Hayden saw a cool idea where you just take pallets, right, old pallets, and you put a base on them, throw them dirt. Now you have a structure, a cheap structure that's movable. Yeah. Yeah, with that big fence to keep the apartments out here. Yeah, just
They have a community garden where they have sections where everybody puts in the application and they randomly, take out so many because they only have so many spots. As long as they maintain them and keep their spots.
Eastlake has one.
Willoughby actually.
Yeah.
Willoughby,
yeah, it's all I've seen and thought about when I was up there, like a lot of unused space there. So just something to consider. Definitely don't want to be the lead on it. Flowers, plants, gardening is not my forte. But it's something that would want to help start to look into that.
Did you get, information from the Lake County, Soil and Water Conservation District about plants and trees and stuff?
I do get that newsletter, but I posted my spam, so I might not have seen that one, but I'll go back and look into it.
Or place your order by March 8th, so maybe we just don't look at it.
Right. So, that's the trees and just, novel ideas I was considering how we could spruce up the park and grow it a little bit. On the tennis court, we're still intending to line straight pickleball court onto the existing tennis court. Service departments, that they might have line striper somewhere, service ground, we work on it. If not, the Fox has graciously so. That's for it. I think it's something simple we can do, see if we can utilize the other just what they can. Invest into that. Seal club, pickleball court, right to nature local. April. The suggestion how to improve. Right? Keep an eye out for that. So, available. Salt nature or the salt grant through the EPA. We did get a response back, and I'm just kind of read what they said for council. So there was an overwhelming response with 260 applications submitted, $14 million request. At this point, all applications are reviewed, this one finalized. Okay, you can see it. Over $1.3 million would be awarded between 20 to 30 applicants. So 260, $14 million in applicants, they only have $1.3 million to award 20 to 30. So the good news is the award will be more than they expected to have. The bad news is there will only be a small subset of applications. So given that it's not super optimistic, receive that grant, but we're in the running still and have made a decision. We'll all be notified here shortly. And then, decide on documents to get the grant. And then already touched on well, commit to it. We're still keep an eye on things on the way. Keep throwing our hat in the ring. Hopefully we somebody eventually gets a little bit on the Sam's money.
You know, I will.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, yours?
First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. O'Leary for following up on the ballot language. We had a finance committee meeting on the 28th of February. If you haven't read the minutes from that, I would urge everybody to do so. I don't know that we have a lot of power in this regard, except to make people knowledgeable of what's going on. But the commissioners and the Lake County Budget Commission are looking at the distribution of local government funds, and they are looking at new formulas which would reduce the amount of money coming to Timberlake and other smaller villages and incorporated towns. I don't know how this is going to all work out, but I love all the work that Mr. Ryan Conrad is doing with regard to obtaining grants, because a few $1,000s here or there can affect our budget immensely. We are just not that big. We don't have that big of a budget. But the threat right now is that we would lose about 27% of the local government funding, which currently stands at about $42,000. So going back to my original point, what we had on the ballot were renewal levies. These are not increases in taxes. I'm hoping that it passes today. If it doesn't, we still have a chance to go back and get that, but on the ballot in, I don't know, John, is it November? November. But losing a renewal levy would be devastating to us, and having this new, formula come out, has the potential of being, detrimental to us as well. So looking for other ways to, gather funds, to pay for things, is very important. So, we'll be having, more meetings in the coming, weeks and months to keep people informed of what, progress is going on there. We have great representation. The mayor attends all of those, commissioner meetings and, has, keep us informed of, what's going on.
Thank you. Hey, Ms. Joyce?
Yeah, so on March sixth, we held a public safety committee meeting, and it was in response to the Lake County Sheriff's address to commissioners, which was quite eye-opening and really outlined how critical local police are on the front lines of dealing with terrorists. And that prompted us to kind of sit down and discuss sort of the state of our police department and are we equipped to handle the challenges that are facing us. So we looked at a number of areas. We protected body armor, body cameras, long guns, ammunition, training, also recruitment and retention policies. So it was really a wide-ranging community policing. So we summarized all that and put together a memorandum, which we sent to our chief. This evening, she requested that went out at the end of last week. She's requested that we schedule a follow-up meeting so that she can respond to them. We are looking at April 2nd as a possible meeting night, John. John Roscoe, so are you available that night?
What day is it?
April Tuesday.
No.
Would you be available following Tuesday or Tuesday back?
They both.
Okay. Why don't you let me know then what looks good? I think the chief said Mondays and Tuesdays are good for her.
Okay.
So if there's a Monday, and if everybody else can sort of identify where bad is, maybe in the next few days we can come down.
Just because it's a safety committee meeting, anybody on, council can come as well.
Of course.
And in public, correct?
Yeah, well, they have time. What about the fourth? Thursday. Fourth, I'll be in North Carolina.
I think you said Monday,
If you'd like
Tuesday,
to-
Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
According to the chief's got it right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, she said.
Monday, Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay.
The only other alternative would be to do it before the next council meeting. An hour before the council meeting. I'd hate to wait that long, but with Easter and schedules, we may. Be the 16th. It's the second, this is so the 16th.
The 16th good for you?
I'll be here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a long time to wait,
I agree.
It is.
given.
I'm not part of the committee, but I'd like to be there.
Well. Can't believe I'll suggest this, but you do this Saturday.
But I said,
Love that.
Huh?
I said, I love spending my weekend.
Oh, it's the 16th? Yes. She works every weekend.
Did you take her away?
If she had enough time, she could make sure that she wouldn't be interrupted. She could have someone cover a couple of hours. So if we did like a 10 to 12, something like that, we could do a Saturday.
Want me to stay over? That's, yeah, that's 7 o'clock in the morning.
No, we're not gonna do 7. Don't give me that look. I know better. You're asleep at 7.
Well, Monday.
It's the first, the
I
second,
mean, I'll take the full thing.
on Mondays and Tuesdays.
If I came in here on April 1st, I would, after 43 years of marriage, have a problem. My wife's birthday. I will not be here on. April 1st, April Fool?
What about April 8th?
It's close.
Or what about Friday the
Yeah.
5th? Okay, did you say?
I thought Monday or Tuesday, but
She also works Fridays.
Does that work for you?
We lost the Saturday idea.
I'm fine.
Okay, so
We can,
Fine, so
you wanna do things, suggest a few times that work.
Oh, here now.
Okay. I'm bored. Those listening at home are probably.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Friday evening? So it'd be Friday, or late or afternoon, Friday, so around.
It's Friday.
Okay.
What about, what about next week?
Next week
We have stations of the cross. They're like,
The options are 5th or 6th. Saturday, Friday or Saturday. Everyone's thinking, well,
what time on Friday? We'll do like 5:30?
You need to, what?
We'll work that out.
Yeah, I can do earlier.
Will you do 5 o'clock?
that's fine.
5,
Right?
You do 5 on Friday?
Yeah.
This Friday?
No, the 5th.
I thought on it.
We're gonna try and stay away from Holy Week.
Happy hour.
then you want to do 4, you ready
we
for
have alcohol, we have to have.
You wanna do 4 o'clock? We can do 4 o'clock.
Does anybody want to do 4 o'clock on Friday?
We don't really know.
We make it happy hour. Go to happy hour and stay on.
I'm done on April 5th.
Huh?
In the van, I'll try.
You just said 4, you just said 4.
Will you be the designated driver?
Oh, yeah.
4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
I don't want to do 4, let's just, we're really good.
Hold on. Friday the 5th.
On stand for beer.
Just have to let it. Okay. Next, are you, anything else? Mr. Chair?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Mara?
Okay, key applicants again, that's great. Wonderful, really great number really soon. You do check out the website, make sure you're a full owner. And hopefully we have a 48-hour turnaround on the key. Second, sort of a committee meeting or the safety meeting. There's also another meeting that Senator Jerry Serino has found it that important. He asked the mayor to attend this meeting on Wednesday, March 27th. Senator Jerry Serino is having a roundtable discussion with local law enforcement on the impact of the southern border crisis again on Northeast Ohio communities, featuring Ohio Attorney General David Yost. And it's by invitation only. The mayor invitation. I don't know if he's allowed to bring it with him, but Senator Serino has said this is very, very, very important. Realize that our northern border So much has gone away from the northern border to the southern border to help them, so we are on the border. We're at the sheriff Ambrose meeting. And so Senator Serban would like to bring more awareness to it to Lake County leaders. So, that's me here to go to the meeting.
You already asked me to do that.
Very good. Okay. I want to make it public because that's how serious this is.
It's not an open meeting.
It says by invitation only.
Why not be in there?
I don't feel like bringing people with you. You probably have to ask. Right? It's Independence on March 27th at 10 a.m. If anyone's interested.
Good.
That's it.
Good, thank you. Mr. Compton?
Nothing to report.
Brendan? Thank you. I just want to mention also, if anyone notices our flag is on front, I just see the old ports all over the place. Tomorrow, I'll go. So that's fixed up. You know, the last windstorm just really blew up. I thought it was tornado almost up a little bit. And got lucky again. Maybe special on the call for, you know, the flags. Usually I'll exchange it, I'll bring it to the flag store and they dispose of it. If not, they have to be burned out. Usually burned out. Yeah, usually they'll dispose of it. That's all I have on that. No physical officer, no finance report, Mr. Rasmus.
So, and the balance of the general fund through the end of February is $261,969. Our monthly revenue for February was $36,763 versus expenditures of $37,380 change. For a net decline for the month of $600. Expenditures were about $2,477 less than expected. This was due to a variety of lower than anticipated costs. Our general fund revenue through February 2024 is about $1,491. And this is due to slightly lower income taxes so far this year. While it is early in the year, based on our current estimated spending rates and revenue, we're estimating a surplus for the general fund this year of around $67,088. Without any additions to our capital funds, we decided to add $15,000 to our police cruiser capital fund at the end of the year. We would be looking at an estimated surplus of $980. And there was no other.
Change 15, 20,000.
Yep.
No, that was our estimate for this year as far as transfer. District capital fund. We're hoping we can get a new car for $55,000 with no, we'll see.
This we can talk to sheriff and giving us a sweet deal like he did Grand River. So.
If not,
Okay, moving on, police chief, nothing report, Mr. O'Leary.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the report as provided by Chief Schofield. Rather than go through all of this, I can pass this around if you like. It had 185 calls for service during the month of February. Pass that down. Make sure Mr. Ross gets it.
Read it.
No, I'm just giving it to him to put in with the.
So if we, took the shot at getting that police cruiser,
There's been no discussion with the sheriff's department about that.
so we don't know how they happen to qualify or.
Well, it wasn't a matter of qualifying. I think it was a matter of they were taking one out of service. It was suggested to them that Grand River would be a place for that. Beyond that, I don't know the process that they went through, but I will see the sheriff here within the next week, and I will make it a point to begin to lobby for the next one that goes out of service.
$5 for 60 people. One, they were over with this one.
You can send her an email if you want to send her an email. Okay, say, I heard the report, I thought there was more than one well check. Could be that it ran into March, but I don't know.
They're on consecutive days, I understand.
Yeah.
Make the same address, correct?
Okay. Zoning and property maintenance report, David is absent, but, he sent me that there was one shed permit, submitted, 2 roof permits, 1 window permit, and 2 contract registrations. Next, we move on to purchase and approvals. Do I have a motion to approve the February 2024 financial report? Mr. Joyce makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Joyce seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Joyce?
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick?
Aye.
Mrs. Smart?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Next, moving on to the second public portion, comment portion. Anyone have any comments on discussion, follow-up questions on today's meeting?
Yeah, I'm really intrigued.
I know that the village has talked to the owner of number 97, and he says he'll take care of it next month. It's been 3 months. So what action is the village going to take against him? There are fines, I believe, on the books. There's things to make him do things. None of you people look at it every 3 days. I look out my window every 3 days. And, you know, the village is looking for something to do. Make people follow the direction and follow the ordinance. You don't have the eyesight. I don't have eyesight. The eyesight. I just want to know what the village intends to do. It's the same guy we complained about last year with the 6-inch diameter poison ivy vines going up that front tree. No one does anything. Oh, to do. He doesn't do anything. That's it.
It's the,
All the debris on East Shore.
Following up on to Debbie Keene's earlier question, there's a procedure there now for people to make formal complaints about ordinance violations. Is there a form online?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a form people are supposed to fill out and submit. And that's,
I'll tell you, last year with the poison ivy, he didn't do anything. Thank you very much.
Isn't that a
All just one.
rental property? Isn't that a rental property?
The owner lives in the village.
The rental property owner lives in the village. Yes, it's more than one of that happening there. And yes, the village refusing to do it. I always have an excuse. We wrote a nice letter, which I'll actually forward to everyone. I'll forward a letter if you want to see. We might have to do something as far as, yeah, we'll have to send letters out, but again, if you put him in his door, you know, he rejects those letters. If you try to, you know, go there and give it to him, you don't want to answer the door. The only way he gets certified mail, but then again, you won't receive that here. So, you know, it is a problem. The only thing we can do is possibly put on the books where if there's a mess in the property and if it's there for X amount of time, even without warning, we go there, clean it up, and then put on charge them on the taxes. I mean, just put something like that, because again, trying to chase people, then give them warnings, then give 10 days, 5 days, you know, this, I mean, it gets old, and again, then they play the game where you're not getting it done. So I don't know if we can do something like that possibly where, look, no warning, if someone has debris in their front yard and it's X amount of days there and it's recorded.
You can take action to clean it up, but you can't go back against the homeowner unless they have due process. And that's the whole reason why there's the notification and opportunity to cure before you're able to go and do it, because they didn't. And then if they don't pay it, put it on their tax duplicate. Those processes are in place, but they come with them protections to the homeowner to make sure that the village just doesn't come in and do $30,000 worth of work and then demand that they pay for it without notice. So if you're talking about the debris at the road, you only have the service department pick it up. That's up to you. But if you want to go through the process that the ordinance requires, then we have to find a better way to give notice to the homeowner. And sometimes that might be something as easy as FedEx. Most people will accept a FedEx package. I think our ordinance probably only says certified mail. Do you remember, John? But I have, wherever I've been trying to update everybody's to include FedEx, because that's what the county uses for civil suits. They use FedEx.
I know some local surrounding communities use just certified mail. They just mail it to you and say, correct these ordinances within 30 days, or they'll come out and cut your grass and then they'll charge you $200. But you got to give them the warning first.
Well, they have to have notice because they have to have an opportunity to cure the problem. And if you don't give somebody proper opportunity to cure the problem, you can't. Your defense at charging them back becomes an issue. But their defense against having to pay for it.
What's the ramifications if you don't certify? Just don't answer and sign for it. The certified mail, you sign.
Right.
They just don't ever sign for it. Does that count as we check?
Not necessarily. Again, without looking at the ordinance, there is at least in the court system, there's a process under which if someone fails to pick it up, you can then send it regular mail. But I don't know what our ordinance says off the top of my head.
Are we sending these notices to the owner of the property? Or
It has to be the owner of the property.
Okay, so the owner of the property is actually avoiding them?
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm sorry, look at his own property.
So why don't we, Mr. O'Leary, would you be so kind to review the ordinance, tell us what our next step should be, or if we need to update it to include FedEx as a mail carrier? Because you're right, people think they're getting stuff tax.
I don't know if anybody, Brian, do you know of anybody that's using email service? No. I don't see, what you have to come back to is what can you introduce in a court of law that would satisfy the court that they received good notice? And because there's so many challenges with emails going to spam, I just think you're going to have a hard time proving that. But if you've got a FedEx package that they've received and you've got a driver that's certified that they received it, to me, that's the better way to go. We just have to make sure the ordinance has that provision.
We just updated it.
We might have.
For some Gary Gray message or a letter that he did. That he got resolved. That's what
We sent one already. And then I just received a response, but.
Oh, so he received it. He received it.
Yeah, he put it in his door.
And then he received a response saying in regards to.
He hasn't read it yet.
Okay. So, but potentially he received it already.
Yes.
That would be a confirmation.
Okay.
The fact that he responds would be confirmation that we.
Okay. So we already have.
Also in regards to Debbie King's earlier concern about trash cans. I'm definitely not one for coming down really hard on minor violations. However, the city of Euclid has a pretty smooth system in place. Now they have paid inspectors that drive around on the streets every day, but they have a note with tape on both sides. And if someone's trash can is out, following day after pickup service, they tape it so you can't miss it. They tape the trash can shut. And the note says, this is your first warning. If this happens again within 3 months, the next time you may have a $75 fine. And that may have changed by now, but it's a very efficient system. We'd have to purchase the materials, etc., and then determine who's going to do that, and then they great effort it takes.
That's a good idea. I'm not talking about garbage cans that are out by the street.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about people who are putting them away.
I mean, talk about in sight of their front
I
yard.
see, I think people leave out. I see people leave out.
Oh, yeah,
For a week.
I know that's what he just said, that's 90% of the, exaggerates, I know, but.
They just said,
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about, those.
Well,
Those,
We'll take it. We do have a beta certificate. So we could potentially,
for the executive's job.
yeah, the zoning inspector.
But
Zoning
it's like garbage. Yeah.
We have enough garbage cans to either volunteers.
For my special, keep it out where you're.
There you go.
Mayor, will you be able to share the letter that he did acknowledge that was, okay?
Yes, I will be sure that will come.
once he's had a chance to review it.
But he did acknowledge.
Okay,
I just want to add to that question. Even if you.
please come up to the microphone.
We have to report it.
Yeah. We will do that.
That will keep 43 East Shore Boulevard. Thank you. I just wanted to add to that, even if he takes note and says, okay, I will clean it up. Today's what? March 19th or something. It's ridiculous. It's gonna take him that long to put that up, and then it'll be April 15th. Isn't April 15th the day that they're coming by and pick up our yard waste?
This is the.
Oh, it's certainly April first.
But it doesn't matter. He's gonna, and he's one again, you know, because he's waiting so long. We need somebody to keep after people. And Gary Gray is supposed to be doing that. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, Gary Gray, well, just so you know, Gary Gray sent him a letter. He responded to the letter. He said that he's going to clean it up now. First he said no, then Gary Gray sent him a letter, and then he responded, yes, he will now. So, I spoke with Gary and said, okay, as long as he agrees, he's gonna start right when April 1st, 2nd. I said, no problem. I said, yes, he's moving on it. That's it. So he said he would.
If I'm not mistaken, Gary Gray's letter has the ordinance in it. And so
Yeah, he said that it would be-
Gary Gray says give the ordinance to the person.
Did he send a letter to the last house on Beach Shore?
I'll ask Gary, because it should have been.
Did he send a letter to himself on his own house?
Okay. All right, thank you. Wow.
Occupant.
Further public comment? As a motion to enter the executive session with, discuss litigation, and I'd like to invite just the council and to Mr. O'Leary and Mr. Borlaug. So I have a motion to, Mr. Joyce makes a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Joyce seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce.
Aye.
Mrs. Joyce.
Aye.
Mrs. Carter.
Aye.
Mrs. Moran.
Aye.
Mr. Conrad. Aye.
Thank you.
There's an executive session at 7:38.
Come on back. I motion.
Okay, we came out of executive session at 9:08. Jerry Joyce made the motion to come out of executive session. Nancy Barr made the in favor. And, no, you did that already. I was just telling him. And, motion to adjourn. So motion to adjourn. So Brian Conrad, second.
I'll second that.
The second.
It's our thing.
I'll call it everything.
You know when the meeting's over.
Mr. Joyce,
Aye.
Mrs. Joyce, Mrs. Hardwick, Mrs. Smurl, Mr. Conrad.
Our next regular meeting is Tuesday, April 16th at 6:30 p.m.